So this is going to be our first one. And the one that I want to start with you is simply matters of the heart. All right, guys, you got me at my favorite place again here at Starbucks. Matter of fact, if you listen, you know I'm outside. So you hear some wonderful emergency person that take care of business for us. And speaking of take care of business, let's jump right into it because we're going to take care of the business of matters of the heart, day 2. All right, so yesterday we talked about opportunities of how we can guard our heart. But today what we want to do is we want to start finding out how do we, really find the peace that surpasses all understanding. A lot of times we spend our life going through in and out. And so today I want to use a scripture here from Proverbs, the 14th chapter and 30th verse, and that'll be one that we dive into. All right, so here it is. A heart at peace gives life to the body, but envy rots the bones. So imagine this. The definition of peace really is means being from free of disturbance, free of like any kind of loud noises interrupt into a space of your mind, your surroundings, ultimately your heart. And so peace starts to do something. It settles, it calms, it makes everything easy to flow. So I'm going to give you 3 points today. We're going to make sure that we keep it under 5 minutes for you so you can come in, get your nugget, and jump right out. So the first point I want to let you know is simply, in order to obtain that peace, you've got to be okay with the fact that you're blessed today. Okay? The scripture is clear. It says, a heart at peace gives life to the body, but envy rots the bones. And so what it's letting us know is that you can be in a place of dis-ease or disease, right? Or loud noises of because you're so focused on what somebody else has got going on that you forget that your body matters, that your mind matters, that your surrounding space matters. And then you turn around and you start to envy that which you see. And that's a scary place. We're living in a world now where everything is really geared towards see what I got, see who I am, see what I'm doing. And in the midst of you out looking outside of you, you forget to take care of the inside of you. And if you let that allow it to go on long enough, then ultimately rot will take over and your bones, meaning the structure that you carry, will basically die. And that's both in the physical, in the spiritual, and the relational. Could you imagine that you spent so many times saying how beautiful somebody else's appearance was that you turn around and forget that your wife is the most beautiful thing too? So these are some things that we have to do. Point 2, every day that you wake up, I want you to realize that it's a new beginning. Man, I got to tell you a funny story. When I was transitioning from going to 29 to 30, I was stressed like you wouldn't believe. I don't know what it was, but man, it was just that whole idea that the 2 was going to be taken away, the 3 was added, and I felt like I was moving on to this adulthood. And so we're living in Germany, my wife and I, we have our 4 children, and ultimately, this is what happens. I go to sleep wondering, and I start having a prayer. I'm like, okay, God, listen, I know it might not be your thing, but I wonder what it'd be like if I went back to being 18. At this time, I was, like I said, I was in the Army. I was a young minister at the time, and I had some friends that were doctors. One young lady was a lawyer, and here I am, 20-something years old, getting ready to go to 30, 4 kids and a wife. And so as I slept, it's amazing because the answer came back to me. And the first thing was that as a minister, I had the job. I mean, for the doctors and the lawyers that were going through situations and needed some input from the Bible itself to find some peace, I was able to be kind of like a conduit to help them find Christ and find peace. But the thing that really hit me the most was simply this, that every day when I wake up, we're given this new beginning. So if I wanted to be a doctor, if I wanted to be a lawyer, if I wanted to start that business, every day I woke up, I had the opportunity to do that. So I didn't have to wait till January 1st. And so I want you to understand that a place to find the peace for yourself and kind of get away from that dis-ease of stress, worry, and all the noise that's going on is to realize that today you can do something about it. All right, so that will lead you to peace. And the third point we want to say is simply this, that you really have to become one with your spiritual walk with Christ. He says peace in John. He said, peace I leave with you. And so, as a matter of fact, he went deeper and said, not only was it peace, he said, but my peace I leave with you. Remember that he was lied on, spit on, ostracized, and died without sin. But that same peace that kept him on the course, he said, I'm going to leave that with you. And so with that, I leave you this, that lining up your spiritual walk with Christ is probably going to be the most important thing that you will use and utilize to find peace. And then ultimately, when you get that, you will receive peace that surpasses all understanding. And with that, That's our 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We are Pastor Ralph, our Generations Church. Remember, simply what we believe is this: Jesus plus community action equals new generations. That's our Generation Jet season.